The Scorpion King.
But not as horrible as the Scorpion King movies. Yeah, because I watched all 5 of those. I will tell you, those movies are horrendous. They're awful. I was talking about the slow action in The Mummy 3. The action in these Scorpion King movies is like comatose. It is awful. I think honestly they're the worst movies I ever saw. And I like watching bad movies. I like the Anaconda and Lake Placid movies. They're like guilty pleasures for me. So I saw they're from the same company, Universal. I'm like, oh well, they're probably going to be like of the same quality. No, man, they're like, you know, the Xena and Hercules Legendary Journey. You know, the pilots for the Hercules Legendary Journeys. It's like they're like those movies, but without any charm or tongue in cheek. They're awful. They're so bad. And the worst part is they don't even work as prequels because the Scorpion King we see in these 5 movies is nothing like the Scorpion King we see in The Mummy Returns. And they try to sprinkle in some like, oh, here's the Book of the Dead or the Book of Life or whatever. I can't remember which movie it is because these movies all suck and they blur together for me. But it doesn't really feel like you're adding anything to the lore really. It's like, oh, there's that thing. One of them shot in Asia, and I think that was the worst one. I think Billy Zane's in that. It's the worst one, but Billy Zane is the best thing about all 5 of these movies. Because it's very clear he understands he is in garbage. And I think he's drunk the whole time. He's the funnest part in this. I can't remember which one it is. I think the best movie was the 5th one. The one with The Rock sucked too. I can't remember anything that happened in that movie. I watched them, I guess, technically out of release order. I watched them in chronological order, so I watched The Scorpion King 2 first. I don't really feel like it made a difference because they just creatively reset the character in every single one. And he's played by a different actor in every single one. Well, there's one actor plays him twice, but he was probably the worst of all these actors too. The final actor, I feel like, was probably one of the better ones because he had that Kevin Sorbo, I ain't looking for no trouble element to him that they were like trying to hammer in with these other movies and it just didn't work. The Rock was terrible as the Scorpion King. I'm just gonna say it. I genuinely regret watching these. and it was funny too because I picked up the box set for the Scorpion King for $5 and I was like, wow, that's like $1 a movie. And then after I watched them, I was like, yeah, that's why this was so freaking cheap because they're terrible.